What's up, everyone? Hey, it's me, Tyler Shelton, and I'm Coffee with a Bearded Reviewer. And I just have to say is that please subscribe to my channel as it really helps me out. And also, please press that bell button because it will give you updates for future videos. And also, please like this video. It will mean a lot to me. And if there's other stuff you want me to review or do like a top 10, just leave it down in the comment section down below. And let's get started with today's video. Hey everyone, thank you and welcome back to a brand new episode of Coffee with a Bearded Reviewer. And today, folks, I'm giving you my ranking of all of the 9 episodes from the Disney Plus platform Marvel animated series of What If. So, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and let's get started with today's episode.
Number 9.
Yep. What if Thor was the only child? And right off the bat is that, I thought it was kind of a cool concept of thinking of like, what would happen if Thor never had Loki as a stepbrother? So like you're just seeing like this big vital choice that Odin made is that he decided to give Loki back to his actual family, that is Laufey and the Frost Giants. That is the very thing that was the very pinnacle that created the whole what if scenario. I think that on paper it sounds like it should be good, but they just executed it poorly. And there was a couple funny moments and there was a couple throwaway jokes, but I think the only thing that it had going was just the fight between Captain Marvel and Thor. That was pretty cool, but it just felt like a real throwaway episode. I really feel like that they could have easily just taken this one completely out and gave us a what if scenario about Gamora. Because Gamora, I'm going to talk about one particular episode that has Gamora that is like a whole what if scenario. But I feel like that there was like an episode that we missed or something, because it felt like that we should have gotten this what if scenario with Gamora that leads to an episode that I'm going to talk about later in this video.
Number 8.
So at number 8, I was a little bit, let's just say, I was a little bit torn with this one because I really love the character of Tony Stark. I love everything about Iron Man. And yep, you know what I'm talking about. This is the episode of What If Eric Killmonger saves Iron Man. And without a doubt, I still think that I think everything from episodes like in this order, the top 8, I think they're all fantastic, because there's really there are more. I would definitely say that there's more top 4 ones that are a little bit more memorable, but this one felt like it was still good, but not as memorable as some of the other ones that is further into this video. But I still think it was a good episode, and overall, kind of forgetful, but it did what it did.
Number 7.
So at number 7 is What If the World Lost the Avengers? And like I said before, is that everything that is in the top 8, they're all fantastic. Like I said before, is that this one is kind of a forgetful one, but I just really love the concept of like, what if in 2012 that we lost the entire Avengers and it was all up to only Captain Marvel, Nick Fury, and like, I just really love the mystery that went into this one, because each Avenger is just being killed off and you have no idea what is going on. So like, I was not very fond of the ending because my favorite heroes are all dead. But I still think it's a cool concept that like, it's up to Nick Fury and others to kind of like figure out who is killing the Avengers. But anyways, I think this was another forgetful one, but still a good one.
Number 6.
Definitely, what if Captain Carter became Captain Britain? And so like I think they did a really good job in just kind of like just laying down the foundation of this series with a good solid episode. That the only difference is that Steve Rogers was still supposed to become Captain America, like he was supposed to take the super soldier serum, but that choice of instead going with Captain Carter, she made the choice to become a super soldier. I just really loved the idea that like just one choice has changed everything there, and I just really like it that like Steve Rogers, he's still Steve Rogers. He never lost the character that makes him such a good person, and like he actually became kind of like his own version of Iron Man in World War II, and I just really love that concept. But either way, great episode, and I think it just did a good job in just laying out the groundworks of this series, and it just had a good start.
Number 5.
So at this one, I would have to say, what if T'Challa becomes Star-Lord? Now, without a doubt, I absolutely love this one just because that Yondu, he actually goes to the actual right location to get Ego's son, which is Peter Quill. But he sends out his goons to find Peter Quill, and they pick the wrong child. But I just love the concept that T'Challa is somehow a better Star-Lord than Peter Quill, like, and not to mention that he was able to change the mind of Thanos. Like, just everything about this episode was so much fun, and I just really love that Djimon Hounsou, he lends his voice, and when T'Challa goes, "I am Star-Lord," and I was instantly going like, oh, he's gonna say, "Who?" But no, he was just completely fanboying over T'Challa's Star-Lord. And I just really love the ambiance. I just really liked the themes, and I just really enjoyed just kind of like that it was fan service after fan service, but it just somehow worked along with his story.
Number 4.
That this one had like the probably like the second most darkest ending, and you know what I'm talking about. What if there were zombies? Now, without a doubt, this definitely felt like it was like a Marvelized version of The Walking Dead, and I loved it. I just really loved it that they just started off with Bruce Banner. Like, this is just within the story of Infinity War, but everyone is all zombified, and but you still had that little sense of hope. That, especially the one who is very uplifting, the one who is really given the sense of hope is Spider-Man. And I just absolutely loved what they did with this character, because you can definitely tell that he was kind of like the main leader of the remaining Avengers, and I just really liked it that he was just always that kind of like one little hint of hope for the rest of everyone, because he always remained uppity and just cheerful through this dire situation. But I just really loved the character development that went to this, and like the action was absolutely fantastic, and it was just like one thing after another, and it just did an overall fantastic job.
Number 3.
At number 3 is What If Ultron won? Now, without a doubt, these top 3 ones are like my favorite in the entire series, because these are the ones that like really brought it. Like, they just brought in like a little bit of kind of like that Disney magic that I grew up with in kind of like in the 90s, and even some from the 80s, and even from like much earlier. Like, somehow I just had that nice Disney style that I grew up with, but you could definitely tell that this is still a Marvel property. And especially with Ultron winning, it is a bleak one. Like, I was all like, what is happening? Like, it really felt like I was watching Terminator Judgment Day. But either way, I think they just did a really good job in conveying that Ultron wins. And like, you just hate him because he's all like, he kills everyone. But oh my gosh, like they did such a good job with the animation and just seeing Vision go like fascinating and just uses the Infinity Stone to split Thanos in half. I'm like, where was that when Thanos came in Infinity War? But anyways, I just absolutely just love that episode. They did a really good job with the animation. And it definitely felt like that the Watcher has become more of a prominent character in this series at this point. But they did such a great job.
Number 2.
At number 2 is definitely, yes, what if the Watcher broke his oath? And this is the finale. They did everything, like they just went complete bonkers with some insane visuals, but they did such a very intriguing way of making it feel like that you were watching the Avengers, but you are watching the Guardians of the Multiverse. And I just loved it that we got to see like all these characters that we all got to see in this whole series. Everyone is teaming up. They're in it to take on Ultron and wipe him out. And I just really loved how they closed it. But it really opens up the door for more what if seasons to come. But overall, they did a phenomenal job in just closing out in this series.
Number 1.
So at number 1 is what if Doctor Strange lost his heart? And right off the bat, this one was just a complete gut-wrenching episode. It really tore at my heartstrings, especially just the fact that the love interest to Doctor Strange, that she was actually meant to die in this universe. So like, no matter what Doctor Strange does, is that instead of losing his hands, he's actually losing his heart, which is actually his girlfriend. And so like, I just loved how they just conveyed kind of like this same concept of Anakin Skywalker where he's trying to save Padme. So they did the same thing with Doctor Strange, and he's just using the Time Stone to reverse back time over and over and over and over again, and he's just like messing up with time so badly. Like anytime when he tries to change a little small something, they die in a different way. Well, he doesn't, but she does. But she's a defining moment in the timeline that she's actually supposed to die, and Doctor Strange will not accept that. He is going to go extreme measures, like he needs more power. But just the story behind it, it was just so beautiful, and even like the visual effects, just everything about it, it reminded me so much of Fantasia, especially kind of like in the very moment when Doctor Strange is like sucking the souls of like a lot of different kinds of monsters, and he's going through time, and now it's like we don't know how long he's done this, but apparently he met another sorcerer at a young age, but then the last time you see him, he's an old man. So like, I'm pretty sure he's been sucking the souls from so many monsters for so many years, and he's just trying to gain more power so he can save his girlfriend. But like I said before, is that this is just the best episode in the entire series. They did an incredible job. Such vivid colors, and just the action between Doctor Strange and him, another version of himself. Beautifully crafted. But the visualization is absolutely flawless. Like I said before, is that this episode reminded me so much of Fantasia, especially like the monster of Bald Mountain. That's what it felt like. But either way, they did an incredible job with this series, and that is my 9-episode list. And my number 1 is what if Doctor Strange lost his heart. So thank you so much for watching my video. Like I said before, please subscribe to my channel as it really helps me out. And if there's like other stuff that you want me to review, or maybe like another top 5 or top 10 or whatever you want me to do, just leave it down in the comment section down below. And here's my question: what is your top 9 list of what if? Leave it down in the comment section down below. Keep on drinking coffee, and I will see you guys next time.